Now you've also got a great reputation within the industry for being a very British style product, which, as you say, is strange. Being a Norwegian company based in Ipswich, I know, but you've got a wonderfully kind of British. What is it about your ships that that kind of give that kind of wonderful richness and kind of pay tribute to that kind of British culture?
I guess the Anglophile thing, that the Olsens are Anglophiles, really. They're, we are UK based. You'll notice that the ships all have a bit of a kind of Scottish kind of flavour to them.
Yeah. Tartan and things like this. I love it.
Balmoral, Blackwatch, Braemar,
Boudica, Queen of the
indeed.
Celts,
so they've all this kind of Scottish and kind of British feel to it, and that's the atmosphere that does permeate on board. We still have very much a British feel. All the announcements are always, only in English. We are kind of 95% British people on board. So some cruise lines are more kind of global, and you have 4 or 5 different announcements in different languages and different things there. But it's all that, and we try to keep British in terms of the menu. There will always be a traditional British dish, whether it's shepherd's pie or bangers and mash, whatever it might be, and the gin and tonic, and it's getting a balance on board of formality, and because a lot of our Fred Olsen guests, they like that kind of formality, but also giving people the option to be a little bit more kind of relaxed because it's your holiday and you want to kind of be able to do what you want to do.
You still offer afternoon tea as well?
We still offer tiffin, afternoon tea, yes.
Cucumber sandwiches and scones
absolutely,
and cream.
That's all there. And we can even do a special white glove kind of service just for a little small supplement to really have that kind of grand London hotel feel, where some white glove, and we'll put down those kind of sandwiches and those little cakes, with someone on the piano in the background. So we can offer, very much that very English style kind of experience.
And that kind of spills over into the entertainment as well. I know Blackwatch 2012 was voted by Cruise Critic the best ship in her class for entertainment, which is a great achievement. Really, really great achievement. I know you have dance hosts, don't you? You still have dance hosts coming out, which is again wonderful for solo travellers or guests that whose husbands don't necessarily dance.
Yeah, I think for things like solo travellers, I think Fred Olsen's a great brand, because we have, I think the percentage of single cabins we have is more than any other cruise line.
Right. Dedicated single cabins.
Yeah. But also this year we've come out with a dedicated solo cruising brochure, in which I think a lot of single travellers will be very happy about this. We've taken away the single supplement. So we know it's a bugbear for an awful lot of single travellers.
Wow.
So we've put together a whole load of cruises, not necessarily dedicated to solo travellers, but they're ones where you don't have to pay the single supplement, and you can feel comfortable that there'll be other solo travellers on board, and we'll make sure we look after people who are travelling single, because again, the crew look after you. We'll make sure you sit at the table with other solo travellers. So it's not, I think a lot of people worry, I'm going to be seated with maybe a couple, 3 couples, and there's me, and that's a bit awkward. I want to sit with 6 or 7 other people because I'm travelling, but I want them to be single as well. So we can do everything we can to kind of make sure that happens, and everyone has a little cocktail kind of experience and on board as soon as they arrive, meet other kind of single travellers, and then you feel very comfortable very, very quickly travelling with this kind of intimate. Again, comes back to the atmosphere and that's on board. You just feel very welcome.
Very brave to do that, because some companies have removed the single supplement in the sense of you still have to pay double as a solo traveller. So in a market where that's the case, it's a very brave thing to do that. So congratulate you on that.
Yeah, it's costing us quite a bit, but again, it's just listening to those customers and trying to do whatever we can to show we've listened and give them what they want.
Now within the fleet, you've got 4 ships, all, as you mentioned, more personal, smaller ships that can get into those kind of smaller ports, the rarer ports, and get up the rivers. From kind of chatting to cruisers, I get the feeling that Blackwatch is the kind of the legend of Blackwatch. There's been how many, 3 or 4 different Blackwatches throughout history, haven't there? I think, and but this particular ship has a massive following. Does each ship have a slightly different? Does it attract a different clientele, a different demographic? Would you recommend one particular ship for one type of person, or would you just say try any of our 4 ships?
Yeah, I think you're right. Blackwatch Maybe it's because it's been in the fleet the longest, has probably got the biggest kind of loyal following, and again, coming back to that kind of atmosphere thing, there is something that's very special about Black Watch for a lot of people. It's a bit like coming home for an awful lot of people. It's like, you know, and you get on board, you think, yeah, this is great, I've missed it. If there's any slight difference, I mean, the atmosphere is pretty consistent across all the ships, because you're Black Watch 750 passengers to Balmoral, you know, 1,350. So again, size is fairly kind of, you know, consistent. We're not at the 3,000, 5,000 kind of mark. Slight difference, probably Braemar, I think, tends to be used for fly cruising. So again, listening to customers, we introduced Caribbean fly cruising again. That's coming up in January 2015, January, February 2015, going back to the Caribbean, which, you know, I've had so many letters from so many people saying, please go back to the Caribbean. and Braemar's the perfect ship for that. She's got kind of shallow draft, she's got loads of kind of deck space for sunbathing. It's what she was made for. So we tend to use her for the Tenerife fly cruise program around the Canaries and down to West Africa, which amazing how popular that's been, you know, the exotic areas in Cape Verde and now in the Caribbean. So I'd say Braemar maybe for kind of fly cruising, and tends to get slightly younger kind of audience on there for the fly cruising and the sunshine kind of destinations. But it's consistent, I think, across all of them.
Fantastic. Okay.